What's up, fight fans? Third Coast Boxing and MMA. Taking a quick look at the Chris Algeri versus Errol Spence fight that just got announced a few days ago. And one thing I've been looking into it, I see they're fighting for 10 rounds, or at least that's what ESPN reported. But then going on BoxRec and looking around trying to find the weights, it says 12 rounds. So something not sure about either. But yeah, it's Elroy Spence, the 2012 Olympian, guy from Texas. I think right outside Dallas, some small town, but he was also the ESPN Fighter of the Year for 2015. And let's look at Algieri. He's the guy that went 12 rounds with Ruslan. That's when he captured the 140 championship title. And his last fight, I think, was versus Eric Bonet. I don't know, some guy I never heard of, but he didn't look good either. But he did look good versus Chris. Chris did look good versus Amir Khan, and I think that was might have been like 5 months ago now. But anyways, Algeri's staying busy, taking all these fights, whether they're against the Eric Bonets of the world or getting cherry picked by Amir Khan and having that fight turn around and kind of bite Amir in the ass. But I guess that didn't affect him because now he's fighting Canelo. So I think this will be a really good matchup because everyone keeps on hyping up Spence. Everyone's ducking Spence and Keith is ducking Spence. No, fucking Floyd just asked for that. Said, hey, fight us, Spence, and people just hold on to every fucking single word that some people say, and I don't know. But going off subject, back onto the fight. It's April 16th, Barclays Center, Brooklyn. It's PBC on NBC this time. Like I said, ESPN said 10 rounds. I'm looking. It says 12 on BoxRec. Also, the weights. Can't find the official weights for the bout, but I'm guessing 147 because that's what Spence is, and Algieri did fight at 147 versus Khan, and I think versus Eric Bonet. Yeah, it's at Barclays Center, Brooklyn. Also on the card, Steve Cunningham and Marcus Brown. And Steve Cunningham, he's if I remember correctly, he's fighting I think that Polish guy that knocked out Huck in his last fight, that knocked out Marco Huck. So I don't know how Steve's gonna do against an undefeated power puncher like that, especially dropping weight. And I know he used to be a cruiserweight, but once you start getting settled into a weight class, whether even if it's heavyweight, you're still used to, more or less what you eat, how much pounds you're putting on, and then when you're dropping back down, and I believe this is his first fight back down out of heavyweight, so going in against a puncher, undefeated guy that just knocked out Marco Huck, it'll be interesting. And yeah, let's see. Since the fight's gonna be in Brooklyn, Algeria's gonna be the crowd favorite. Yeah, him coming from I think Huntington, New York, and looking at the stats, the matchup itself. Chris is 31, Spence is 26. Chris Algeri is orthodox fighter, right hand fighter. Spence is a southpaw, and that's where the only thing I can start breaking into is a guy with decent speed, footwork, and power. Could give Algeri problems like Pacquiao because he did get dropped 6 times by Pac-Man. So looking at that, then Chris Algeri's former buck 40, now 147. Spence, it seems like he's been at 147 for a long time, and I've seen maybe a couple of bouts that actually he's gone up to like 150. So I think Spence might actually be the taller guy, even though height-wise they're pretty much the same. Except Algeri has 1 inch advantage, standing at 5'10", Spence 5'9". Now the KO percentage, we all know Chris can't crack an egg. He has like 8 KOs, 35% knockout ratio. Spence, on the other hand, he's got a really high knockout ratio, 84% KO, and his record is 19-0 with 16 knockouts. So only 3 people have gotten stretched, the full distance. Wherever it was 4, it might have been like early in his day, 4 rounds when people stretched him. And so yeah, 21 years old versus 26-year-old Spence. Um, Southpaw versus orthodox, power puncher versus pillow puncher. And like I said, the height's the same. Oh, and another thing that's the same is the reach. They both have a 72-inch reach. So I don't know. Be interested to see how this plays out. Algieri can put a jab on him, and not just any old jab, a decent jab that can keep guys like Ruslan off and Amir Khan off. But he kind of took the fight to Amir, and he took the fight to his last opponent, Bonet. So curious to see how he's gonna do this one, because Spence he's looking like a hot prospect right now, but not much anything to base it on. Just fighting these guys that he should beat up, but he is looking good. So, man, I don't know about a winner quite yet. I'll do a separate video on that and break it down, but just, quick look at it. What are you guys' thoughts? Spence versus Algieri, April 16th, Barclays Center. All right, leave your thoughts. Third Coast Boxing, I'm out.